Hello people, today we're going to see an example for circle to land. The airport we're going to land is in Turkey, Siirt Airport, and we are going to see how a circle to land approach is performed. Here is the landing chart for the airport we're going to land. This is the chart. Yeah, this is the chart, and we are approaching the Sierra Romeo and Tango VOR from the west right now, and we are at an altitude of 11,000 feet or flight level 110 as indicated in the approach. We are going to approach from the west, and then we are going to turn right for heading 134 until we are 8 miles away from the VOR, and we're going to descend to 8,000 feet and then we're going to make a back turn. Since we are going to use a 737, we are a category C aircraft. We're going to use the category C and D, which is C and D direction, which is 3 to 8 degrees, and we're going to turn backwards 3 to 8 degrees back towards the VOR, and then we're going to head towards the runway as indicated in this vertical profile here, and we're going to descend as we turn back. We're going to descend first to 6,000 feet, then we're going to descend as we are a category C aircraft. We're going to descend to 4,500 feet, and this is going to be our minimum descending altitude, and our decision point is going to be 4 miles north of the VOR. And afterwards we're going to do a circle to land, because we're not allowed to land straight in, and we are not allowed to do a circle north of the airport, so we're going to circle south of the airport. This is the airport, and we're going to do a south circle, and we're going to land on runway 24. Excuse me, we're going to land on runway 06. Actually, this is the runway. We're going to land from direction 06. So here we're going back to the simulator. At the moment we are cruising at an altitude of 11,000 feet. And we are descending. We're going to descend as soon as we pass the VOR. Right now we're slowing down to 200 knots. Okay, now we're passing over the VOR and turning right for heading 134 outbound. And as we are turning heading 134, we are descending down towards 8,000 feet. We will continue our descent to 8,000 feet as indicated on the chart, and when we are 8 miles away from the VOR, which is indicated here, we are going to do a back turn. Right now we are getting away from the VOR. Since this is a replay of the flight, some of the indications on the panels might not be correct, like the indications you see here on the autopilot. This is a problem when we do a replay in the flight simulator, so unfortunately there's nothing we can do about it. These numbers you see on the autopilot panel are not correct right now, but the speed, altitude, and the navigational display are correct. The dashed line you see here indicates the 8-mile border from the VOR. From the CDU we can program this in the fix section. We can program the CDU, and then the navigational display will show us the required landmarks for the approach. Right now we're turning backwards toward the VOR, so we are going to fly inbound. We flew outbound, and now we're going to fly inbound. Right now we are turning right, and by the time we have slowed our aircraft down to 160 knots. Now we're turning right. Okay. Now we have turned right, and now we are inbound for the VOR, Sierra Romeo Tango, and we are descending towards 6,000 feet as indicated on the chart. We will be coming down to 6,000 feet, and then we are going to fly outbound from the VOR, but this time northwards towards the airport, and then we're going to circle to land. Right now we're heading towards the VOR. This is our aircraft and this is the VOR. And this is the airport. We are descending to 6,000 feet. We have selected our approach speed, which is 136 knots. Actually, this is the approach reference speed. Right now we are almost over the VOR. And yes, we are over the VOR. And now we are going to descend towards 4,500 feet, which is our minimum descending altitude. And this point you see here is the airport. And this line here, purple line, indicates the circle that we are going to use to land. We are going to circle to land. We are going to do this circle right bound and right bound, as well as south of the airport, not north, south. And as we have visually seen the runway, which is we can now see the runway visually. This is the runway. We have turned actually left to be able to enter the circle. We have to enter the circle, and the circle is for runway 6, which is actually south of the runway. And now we are turning towards the runway to enter the circle. And as we have visualized the runway, we can descend below the minimum descending altitude, which was 4,500 feet. We're now descending below the minimum descending altitude. And this is the airport. We are now flying over the airport for circle to land. We are going to descend down to 2,000 feet, which is the airport elevation for this airport. Right now we are, as you can see, we are just over the airport right now, and we are going to perform a circle. We are not going to fly straight in because it is not allowed, as indicated on the chart. As you can see, we are right now at 3,500 feet, which is like 1,500 feet above the runway elevation. Now we have lowered the gear, we have lowered the flaps, and we have lowered our speed to 140 knots. And as you can see, we are flying